Welcome back to the channel. Today is another video going over some hut stuff, obviously. Basically, the first thing on my mind today is that the hut market is broken. Um, a lot of people said it was going to be the price ranges that mess with the market this year. I don't really think they're an issue, at least not yet. I talked about it in the first video that I didn't think it would be that bad of a change. But what is a terrible change is we have this price range feature. There's no buy now filter. We've lost a feature we've had in previous years where we could filter by buy now. And I know if you're like me, or at least like me in previous years, I never used to bid on cards. I would just go in, I would go to the cheapest buy now, and I'd buy them because it's the easiest way to get the card as fast as I can. I don't really want to get into a bidding war because usually, someone, basically the way I see it is if I'm in the bidding war, there's going to be someone else in the bidding war, and it's going to go up to about what the buy now would be. If I'm not in the bidding war, they might get a steal, and that's fine. I don't know how it always works out like that. I'm just never alone in a bidding. Like, I never bid on something, and it just ends up working out. I don't know why. But we can't filter by that anymore. We have to filter simply by price range, which, I mean, it's really bad. It's like I don't know why it changed. It's something that I hope EA did not intend to do because it really does make searching for cards on the market a lot more tedious trying to find the buy now of the player you want. Right now, it's not as big of a deal because there aren't that many. Like if you want to find Jack Eichel, for example, he's right here anyway. I can hit compare price. I can see them all on one page. The game just came out, right? So I can see it all on one page. I can just find the cheapest buy now really easy. But once the people actually have more cards, once people aren't limited to their 10 hours and they can work the market, they're opening more packs, they're getting rewards, all that stuff, it's going to be a lot harder to find the cheapest buy now of the card you want. And that's a big deal. That makes it a lot harder to do anything on the market. And not only that, they broke the position filter. So I'm going to search by forwards. Noted forward John Carlson, still listed here. Noted forward, I don't know who this is, but he's a goalie. Another goalie showing up, another goalie. Like, that's just unacceptable. Like, I don't know how they break their own filters. And listen, if they fix it in a couple days, it's not too bad. But if this is something that lasts the whole year, or at least even a few weeks, what's going on? The defense filter shows forwards and goalies, forward filters they don't filter anything. They just show everything. The individual positions still work. It still only shows left wing. So that's good at least. But that, come on, man. Come on, EA. Figure it out. It should not be that hard. I will say this does open up a chance. If you're someone who does work the market, there aren't going to be people that people are going to not want to go to the market with how busted it is right now. It's broken. It doesn't work. So if you're someone that does want to work the market, maybe there's less people competing for cards as they don't want to deal with the broken filters. Maybe that opens something up for me, for you. I don't know. It's up to you to try it. For me, this is awful. I don't like it. Obviously, I'm still trying to work the market a bit. For the most part, I've just picked up guys to keep in my collection and use on my team. Maybe a little bit of spoiler on what you just saw on the screen. But yeah, for now, working the market seems a little bit tedious with the filter change. What I will say is on this account, we were able to get our first icon. We are completely free to play, as I've said. And we, through trading in silver players that were untradeable, through trading in gold players that we already had that were untradeable, we were able to amass a mostly untradeable 50 gold players. Through objectives, through Hut Rush, we got some guys. And because of that, we haven't used any of the golds on rerolls. We were saving them for this. We were able to get one icon collectible. And as you might know, you can use one icon collectible to make one 85 overall icon. So we obviously did that. You can see the cooldown. Basically, my decision-making process for this, because I want to stay mostly liquid on this account. I want to keep coined. You can see the 45K in the top corner. I want to try to work the market. I want to try to create coins for myself so I can have the best team possible without putting money in. But as I said, I traded in mostly untradeable cards. And in order to decide whether to do the 85, I did some math. I'm sure you don't go into Hut to do math, but I did some math. I went through the list of 85 overalls, and I decided, or basically looked at them and said, would I be happy to get this card or would I be unhappy? There were 7 cards. I said, yeah, I would like this card. It would fit on my team. I think it would be a good addition to the team. In the future, when they get upgrades to silvers and golds, I would like to have this card as well. So I did the math. Here's the calculator so you can see what I did. I decided there were 7 players on this list, with the best one being Gartner, that I would like. So there are 19 total. So in order to calculate the chances I don't hit any of them, what I did was I took the opposite. So 12 that I didn't want out of 19. So that's for 1. But we get 4 choices. So again, using my math degree a little bit here, multiply it by 11 out of 18. So that's, you already hit the 12 out of 19. There's 11 left, and there's only 18 total left that you don't want. You multiply it. So if there were 2 choices, you'd have a 39% chance of missing, or 38.5, whatever. You do it again, you get you get 4 choices. But here's the third one. You're down to 22.7% chance of missing all of the ones you want. And then luckily, you get one more, which is 9 out of 16. And what we arrived at was I would have had about a 13% chance of hitting none of the cards I wanted. And because of that, I decided, hey, let's hope the 87% hits. If I absolutely miss and I have an 85 icon I don't want, it'll still be useful for a bit, but the chances are we'll hit. So we did the set and show you right here. We haven't muted because we had some music on. I have it on 2 times speed as well. But here are the choices I did end up getting. First one was not great. Jeffrian was not on my list of guys I was happy with. So I got a little bit nervous after that, but the math was in our favor. Adam Oates was second on my list. He was the second best player, in my opinion, that I could have gotten. So that I was very happy after that. And if you saw the spoiler, you know who I chose. Henry Richard was like 5th or 6th on my list. I would have been happy with him. So we had 2 guys I would have been happy with. The last card, unless it's Gartner, does not matter. It was not Gartner. I would not have been happy with Neuendijk. Other people might have been. He's a left-handed center though, and I don't like to use them. So we looked at Jeffrian just so people could see. But we ended up with Adam Oates, obviously. Personally, I'm a Bruins fan, so there's a little bit of like, oh, it's a Bruin. I'm gonna take him. But I also like right-handed centers, and I mean, you can't really find a better one than this, in my opinion. So 92 faceoffs. His shot is good. His skating is average for this point in the game. Like, for the most part, guys are slower this year. So 83 excel, 84 agility, and then base 84 speed is fine. It's like pretty average for a high level forward. And then his hands are pretty good. Deking's low, but passing's really good. And then defensive attributes are fine, but the faceoffs are the big thing. And then speedster is active for my team. Here is the actual team that we've been using. Obviously, we made a few upgrades here and there throughout the game so far, but we really haven't gotten anything crazy apart from doing the icon set. A lot of untradables from like the EA Play Pack and different sets that we've done. A few tradable cards that were like invested in. I got Yanni Gord for the absolute minimum price, Kapanen for basically minimum. Same with Pajot, Johansson for like 4K, Nylander for like 1,700. Just trying to pick up cards that I think will go up. That also will be useful in my team. I got Dubnik for 2K because I was using a like 75 goalie, and that just wasn't working out for me. We picked up him, and he's been good so far. So that's my team at the moment. Basically, anytime I'm going to buy a player, I think to myself, will this player go up? How long will I be holding this player? A few of these guys on my team right now, I'll be selling before access ends, or at least trying to, because I want to kind of get rid of them before rewards come out. A guy like Nylander, who's a really low overall, but pretty highly sought after, at least for his overall, I want to get rid of because when rewards come out, the 80 to 81 overalls are going to get pulled quite a bit, you would think. So I don't want to be sitting on a guy that I picked up for 1700 thinking it was a huge steal and then have him end up being 1700 coins. So we'll probably try to get out of that. Um, if you have like higher overall cards, that might be something to think about too. I think guys like McDavid are safe to hold. But if you're sitting on like a Tavares or like a Barkov that aren't really super meta guys, but are high overall, I would think of getting out of them before rewards come out for rivals. Um, then I want to talk about what I would use access on. I'm obviously on the full game. I'm lucky enough to have the full game. But if I was on 10 hours, I would really focus on getting your rivals games in, get your placements, and then a few more games in to get at least up to gold, I would say. You get decent rewards for gold depending on your division. Obviously, the higher division you are, the better. But if you get at least to gold, you get decent rewards, I would say. Maybe even to silver, depending on your division. I'm not sure. But basically, just get some games in. Make sure you're getting rewards for rivals. I'd say, again, get a couple squad battles games in. I played two, literally two, and I'm pro two. So maybe play three, maybe play four. I don't know what would get you to the rank you want. I can't stand squad battles, but yeah. Now for the EA Play challenges, they expire the 13th, I think, or maybe even after that. You can play them once the pre-ordered version of like the Grade 8 edition comes out. Like they don't expire when EA Play ends, so you don't have to use your EA Play time on them unless you really really want to. Like I'm using it. I'm doing them because like I said I have the full game, but you don't have to use the time if you ordered the Grade 8 edition or the deluxe edition. Um as far as everything else, the gameplay right now. Oh, and I would also play Hut Rush, by the way. Hut Rush, I think, does have good rewards. They fixed it. It was giving me error codes day one. I really don't like the arcade version, but I do like the 3-on-3 with Matthews. You get full ice. There's more space. You can just have some fun, like playing 3-on-3 OT. Um, I like that one. That's what I've been playing mostly. And yeah, I think the rewards are decent. You can look at them really quick if you would like, but you get some coins, you get some players. It's how I got a few of the gold untradables for my icon set. And yeah, I think it's worth it. It's rewards. You can use some time on that. As far as the gameplay so far, I've seen a lot of different conflicting thoughts. Right now, I like it. A lot of people are complaining that like cross creases are the only way to score, and I feel like that complaint happens every year. For the most part, I am sympathetic to that, but at the same time, every example I see of someone be like, "This is a cross crease and it went in," they messed up. Like there was a defensive error somewhere. Um, does that mean cross creases are perfect as they are and defense is perfect as it is? No, it doesn't. Definitely does not mean that. But what it does mean to me is that it's not the problem with the cross creases necessarily. It might be the problem might be with like other ways to score. Like other ways to score might be too inconsistent. Maybe the AI are set up too much to try to like take the shooter or take the puck carrier and not take the guy back door. And if that's the case, then it's closing down shooting opportunities, but it's leaving the cross crease open and everyone's going to take the easier play. So maybe it's like an AI thing that's set up wrong. Um, but for me, I like the gameplay so far. I've scored obviously a handful of cross creases. Going down the boards with speed, having a 2-on-1 and finding the guy back door seems to be pretty consistent, obviously. My team's not great. I've played people with better teams than mine, faster teams than mine. They do that to me. I do it back to them when I can because defensemen are relatively slow. But in general, I think the gameplay's in an okay spot. If there were changes, I would like to see it be on AI behavior more than like interceptions being buffed or something. Um, just opening up the ice for people to do other things, like if the AI don't collapse on you as quickly, would be good. If that's the direction they want to go. But for now, I really like the gameplay. Other people disagree. You know how it is. Everyone has their own flavor of NHL that they want to see. You can't please everyone. For me right now, though, it's pretty good. If anyone has any questions on what they think they should be doing on their account going into this year, and if you want to know how I have 45K, I got my returning user bonus, so that's something you'll get on the 13th for most of you. Um, and a lot of the returning user bonus was silver tradable players. It was all tradable. Um, and I literally just I dumped them. I got rid of them. Like I got 600 coins for each of them. I didn't need to do trade-in sets. I didn't need to do rerolls. I wasn't like going to that lottery. You know how people are. They go to the lottery, they want to do a reroll. I didn't think it was the best use of my coins or my value in my team. So I just sold them all. We got a lot of coins from that. Obviously, all the objectives are big. So if you have questions on like what's going on in your account, like what you think the right direction is, icon collectibles versus gold collectibles, I think icon collectibles are the way to go since they'll be upgradable later. But that's definitely something I've had questions on. Let me know. And yeah, thanks for watching another video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.